everyone. Welcome to our Monday Minute. Today I want to share with you some very frustrating news, not shocking, but definitely frustrating. As we have discussed in prior minutes, as a result of the behavioral adjustment that's being applied to home health rates, the omnibus that was passed at the end of the year included a portion of requiring CMS to come forward and have meetings and deliver exact calculation data to determine how they are calculating the behavioral adjustment that we in home health do not agree with currently. There was a webinar held on March 29th, which did answer some questions, but definitely did not give the adequate detail to calculate the behavioral adjustment, and definitely has major flaws in what we consider to be acceptable as an adjustment for this behavioral calculation. One of the emphasis is that they are still using the therapy allocation to make this calculation. In other words, under the prospective payment system, as most of you know, we were paid more money for more therapy visits. That is not the case under the PDGM model, yet they are still utilizing a portion of that calculation affected by the volume of therapy visits to make the current calculation of what our behavioral adjustment under the PDGM model should be, which just doesn't make any sense at all. And so what can you do now? We just spent a couple of days in Washington, D.C. during the March on Washington with the National Association for Home Care and Hospice. And during that March on Washington, we were asked to specifically request the representatives that we met with to draft a letter or be a part of a letter that would be sent and should be sent to CMS, specifically requesting them to hold off on any additional payment adjustments until there is resolution, until there is agreement between the industry and CMS as to how the calculation for the behavioral adjustment should be made. It is critical that we have your participation in contacting your representatives in Congress to again request that they send letters to CMS specifically asking them to not impose any additional rate cuts to home health until this situation is resolved. With the increase in the cost of care, which is not being taken into consideration currently in this calculation, it is imperative to the life of home health agencies that CMS understand they have to take the inflated cost that we are currently seeing into account when making these types of calculations. I will provide you a link in the content of this minute to a place where you can get additional information and examples of wording that can be utilized in letters to your representatives. It's imperative you get involved. Please make sure that you are paying attention to your state and national associations for additional information on how you can participate in helping us stop these rate cuts that we fear will continue in the proposed rule for 2024 without your intervention. I hope you had an amazing Easter holiday with your family, and I hope you have a fabulous week ahead.